Welcome. Come on in. What can I do for you today? Are you looking for anything in particular? Oh, you're here for the guild quest. Yes, wonderful. As the details mentioned, you shall be my assistant today. That's right. You're in my renowned magic shop. I sell all manner of potions and items and all that stuff. To the right buyer, that is. Yeah, when I was starting out, I sorta sold to whoever, but then people started using my potions and scrolls all willy-nilly, and I had to rein in the clientele pool. Now I appraise the character, and sometimes magical aptitude, of the buyer. Hell, I once had this adventurer coming in asking for my strongest potions. I told him to go to a seller that sells weaker potions. Pretty stubborn fellow, but I digress. You're not really here to buy, so we needn't worry about all that. Although, if you perform well, you'll be receiving that gold reward from the guild, plus a little gift from yours truly. Whatever it is depends on my judgment of your character, and how well you do in your duties. I've got a bit of a knack for finding the perfect thing for any individual. Forgive me if it seems a little nosy, but from the moment you picked up that quest, I've been reading your etheric flow. Ah, so you're familiar with the concept then? Yes, I've been reading your mana, trying to get a good feel for how and what you would be most suited for in my experiments. It would seem that you at least have a good aptitude for having spells cast upon you. For better or for worse, you're quite responsive to magic. This could mean that you gain great benefits from, say, a charm or a potion. However, this also means that you're more prone to hexes. Do be mindful not to draw the ire of any bad witches in the future. Huh? No, I'm not a witch myself. Firstly, I'm not even a woman. What, you didn't see the sign that said wizard on it outside? Maybe I should make the text bigger, or put an enchantment on it to make it stand out more. This issue arises all too often. I know my robes may suggest otherwise, but this is actually the most efficient and breathable for me. It helps with my casting focus. And it looks good. Listen, a lot of magic is about feeling comfortable as you practice your magics. Allow me to share with you a little terminology. Witches are usually just called witches. However, they're separated into good and bad witches. Wizards and warlocks are the good and bad counterparts to any male mage. And of course, mage is just any general practitioner. I don't make the rules, that's just how it is. There's always going to be some weird grammatic rules to honorifics. On a separate note, one other thing I did pick up on while you made your way here was some nasty little curses. These ones so pitifully weak that they most likely weren't cast by any real mage. Yes, mostly anyone can use magic, as mana flows through everyone and everything. Any people you might have pissed off in the past? Any spiteful exes? It doesn't matter, I can practically swipe them away. Only thing they can really do is maybe make you sneeze more often, or cause you to stumble from time to time. Tiny ones like this often just vanish in the presence of a powerful mage, but the person who made these little curses was probably pretty mad and bitter. Their shape isn't too dissimilar to that of those little sand spurs you find on the beach. Not super painful, but they stick to you like mad. Right, you aren't able to see them. Regardless, come close, and let me dispel those little nuisances. I rarely charge for the removal of curses, and especially ones like this. And plus, you're here to help me with my studies and experiments, so really it's the least I can do. And gone. There we are. Isn't that a refreshing feeling? It's like a weight off of one's shoulders, in the metaphysical sense. More akin to a weight off one's soul, now that I think about it. No, and I hate to cut right to business, but why don't we get started? How long this all takes will rely on how the experiments go, and how you react to everything. My first experiment is something I'm actually quite proud of. Now, a lot of casters will tell you that, when it comes to transformation of the body and spirit, potions are simply unmatched. It takes far more mana to achieve the sort of effects a potion can achieve, when it comes to things like enhancing one's strength, healing one's wounds, or altering one's psyche. This is because imbibing a potion allows it to enter the body and flow through your body. You can see how that'd be more effective, yes? Any self-respecting mage can make potions for that very reason, especially if you're traveling. The only trade-off is the limited quantity of potion you can carry, but most are well stocked on the important ones, so it's rarely an issue. Still, especially for mages taking a supporting role, being able to be as effective as a potion is very appealing. I figured out a way to circumvent this, employing the use of my own potions. I'm quite glad your etheric aptitude is so high. This will allow me an easier time in studying the effects. Now, I've been beating around the bush a little. What this concoction of mine actually does is enter the body, and act as a link between the creator of the potion and the potion itself. It's like a wild card of a potion, so to speak. Oh, that's a great name, actually. Do remind me to write that down later. I get so lost in all of my thoughts sometimes. Now, this requires an ingredient from the caster, and if it is to be more effective, a sample from the imbiber as well. These ingredients simply dissolve into the potion. I've crafted it to be as user-friendly as possible. Don't worry about it melting your stomach either. A small sample activates the potion. You could dip your finger in there, for example, if you wanted. Still, I think something like a strand of hair will do. Allow me to uncork this bottle, and to grab a strand of your hair. I won't pluck any out. That wouldn't feel very good. No, I'll just run my hand over that noggin of yours until a strand or two comes out. The stuff that naturally gets shed. I already have one of my own. Ah, got one. Oh, you were enjoying that? You'll have to come by some other time when we aren't busy. I'm only half serious, but if you really want to relax with me on one of my off days, feel free. Yes, I do have those. Everyone needs rest, and downing flasks full of caffeinated beverages starts to take its toll. Now, let me just put our hairs in here, and give it a good shake. Splendid. Now, drink it. It actually tastes pretty good. Believe you me, I've had many an icky, stomach-turning potion claiming to be more effective, just because the potion maker couldn't be bothered to make it taste any good. Some ingredients can't be masked, but the ingredients in this one are child's play. I flavored it with mint and juniper. Juniper is actually one of the reagents in the potion itself. The point of the potion is to be cost-effective and relatively easy to make, so the caster can save on buying strong potion, and instead just casting spells from their own repertoire. Even a weak healing spell would be much more effective. Now, drink up. That should do. No need to drink the whole thing. It should already be taking effect. Now, how do you feel? Any adverse effects? I have tested it on myself, but not everyone reacts to potions the same way. Most do, but I've had a few customers having me make special potions because they're allergic to some common ingredients. So, other than a little more energy, you feel fine? That's good to hear. I should be able to cast a spell on you with relatively low effort, and have its effect be much greater. The question is, what spell should I try out? Enhancing your speed or strength wouldn't be any good, as there's no room to move in here. And you might accidentally break something. You're not injured or anything. Oh, I've got it. A spell to enhance one's thinking capabilities. Take this book, and start reading. I'll cast the spell on you as you read, and you'll find that your reading pace quickens, and your ability to comprehend the material shall also be heightened. You may begin. You seem really enthralled in that book. Safe to assume the spell's working, then? That's great to hear. I was barely even putting any effort into that spell. Well, I am a great wizard, after all. Still, though, the results are much better than I could have hoped for. This potion opens up a lot of possibilities. We've been slowly entering a golden age of magic, and I think discoveries like this will help usher us into it faster. You may stop reading now. I like that book myself, but we have much more to test. We could try a transformative spell. Something more cosmetic. I could give you demi-human traits. I hear people find them to be quite cute. My best friend is a cat demi-human, and that gives me a good frame of reference. Let's give you some ears and a tail. How's that? Do they feel adequately soft? I tried to make them like my friends. The tail swishes, and the ears twitch. So I guess they're fully functional. Again, I barely had to put any effort into that spell. Sorry to take them away so soon, as nice as they must be, but they most likely would have gone away once the potion expired anyways. That was only a temporary spell. Although, I think permanent spells can also be achieved much easier with the potion's help. Might be worth testing. Oh, I got it. Say, care for a different hairdo? Maybe a different color? Want to keep it at a certain length and state for good? I do mine with magic. Stays like this, even after sleeping. You do? Well then, allow me to be your magic hairstylist. No, a little more that way. Yes, that looks good. Maybe a bit longer here. You have very nice hair, might I add. Right. I think that looks nice. Look at that mirror over there. Tell me what you think. Oh, you love it. Well, that makes me glad. The spell is permanent, so it'll grow into that shape and length always, until you decide to have it dispelled. I can do that for no extra charge. All I ask is that you visit me from time to time. Yes, I've taken quite an interest in you. You're fairly charming, and you have a sort of calming presence about you. A good person to simply talk to about things. I always have work here to do, so if there's no good work at the guild, you can come here for coin. Or whatever else you might want. I tend to barter with goods and services a lot, rather than purely with coin. I believe people's obsession with coin is a nasty bane. But I also need to top-rate my business. I try and avoid it when I can. That aside, you've been a monumental help to me today. I'd like to give you something in return, along with your payment in coin. This pendant I have with me right here is a powerful luck charm, imbued with my own magic. Fate is nigh impossible to control, but this can help bend things slightly more in your favor from time to time. It will work so long as you have it with you. You don't have to wear it, but I think it's really pretty. So you should probably wear it anyways. As I said, feel free to stop by again, for any reason at all. You know where to find me. Have a good one.